Hello folks, welcome back to Levo. In today's video, we're going to talk about those linking phrases that we commonly use in English to show opposing ideas. Even though, although, despite, and in spite of, well, there are quite a lot, right? And I know you mix them up very often, but I believe at the end of this video, you won't have such problem because it's not as complicated as people think. First of all, we need to know why we use these phrases in English, and I can tell you that the purpose is exactly the same with any of them, to contrast two clauses in the same sentence. Let's check this example here. I'm a student who studies a lot, but somehow I can't get good marks. Well, I can use one of these phrases, right, to indicate the contradiction between those facts, like, even though I study a lot, I can't get good marks. Or let's say, despite studying a lot, I can't get good marks, which basically means, yeah, I study a lot, but I can't get good marks. Well guys, to simplify, I can say all these phrases here are similar in meaning to but, because the reason we use them is to show those contrasting opposing ideas, like negative and positive, or let's say, like you do something, you expect something to happen at the end, but that thing, it doesn't happen at all. Like I told you, it's so simple, however, there are some rules that we need to know about using these words. Well, now we know they all mean the same and we use them for the same purpose, but not in the same way. Let's compare these two sentences here. I do a lot of exercise, I can't lose weight. Doing a lot of exercise, I can't lose weight. Well, looking at these two sentences, we can say they're quite the same, right? Because we have the same action and the same result in each one. However, we have a clause in the first one, which means we have a subject and a verb. And we have verb ing in the second one. And that means, my friends, we need to use even though and although for the first one, and despite and in spite of for the second one. Well guys, before we move on to the exercise part, I want to give you some tips about this subject. If you want to create emphasis, you should use even though instead of although, because even though is stronger in meaning. And number two, if you want guys, you can change the order of the sentence that you use one of these phrases. For example, even though I studied a lot, I failed an exam, or the alternative is, I failed an exam even though I studied a lot. And one more thing, we do not use comma in the second sentence. And the last one, in spoken English, my friends, people often use the phrase though instead of even though or although. But we only use it in daily life conversations because it's a bit informal. And the other thing is, while we can use even though or although at the beginning or in the middle of the sentence, we use though at the end of the sentence. So I guess that's it, and I think you have no problem with those anymore. Those are tasks, you know, I'll leave you to that. See you in the next lesson, and good luck.